Hello everyone, it's 10 Types, and today I'm going to be playing a game with my Metagross VMAX control deck. If you don't know what this deck is, you can find the video of mine explaining the deck, a deck overview in the description, as well as the deck list. And if you have any questions about it, leave them down in the comments below. And if you enjoy this style of video, leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. And let's get straight into the gameplay here. We do win the coin flip, which is quite nice for this deck because if you lose, you are vulnerable to be getting donked sometimes because you don't play a lot of outs basic Pokemon. Just the four Metagross Vs themselves. There's no copies of Quick Ball or anything like that. So we see our opening hand here, and this is honestly a very solid opening hand. The only thing we're missing here is the VMAX, and maybe a full face guard as well, but not too bad. You see, we are against Ice Rider VMAX, which is very interesting, paired with Suicune V and Italian, so like the new Ludicolo here. This matchup seems pretty favorable. I have not played it, I don't believe, but it seems solid. One thing to note is that Calyrex VMAX can be one-shot by Metagross if it's attacked once, so we may be taking prizes this game to remove threats. Also, their first attack on the VMAX won't do particularly much damage, or the attack on Suicune. We could see a turn one attack out of this Suicune, which should be a little unfortunate. Looks like we are, but we can hopefully heal off some of that damage. So we see Love Ball getting ourselves down another Sable or Drizzle for next turn. But yes, we do see the full bench of players be I believe 120 damage by them. Nothing horrible, but something we want to mind. And we see the Fan of Waves as well, which is a little unfortunate. But it's not the end of the world either. We see the Fleet-Footed by them just to draw more cards. We don't play Path of the Peak in this deck, but it's not particularly a big deal, and they probably play it as well. But hopefully we can get some nice flips with a lucky Ice Pop. Oh, and we do see the VMAX is the top deck. So just going to heal off some flipping aheads, making it just a very solid card when you get lucky. When you don't, it's not great, but we can Team Yell Talent here as well. So we healed 90 off of those two item cards. Crystal Cave here as well. Play our VMAX. And we're barely on any resources. Of course, it was on my opponent's first turns. They didn't apply a ton of pressure. But we do see some pretty solid cards here. We can just Crystal Cave off, healing all of our damage. And then Zap Traction. Our hand here is honestly just insane. We have pretty much everything we want. We could maybe grab ourselves another Metagross V. We have Suspicious Food Tin. We have Hyper Potion. We can probably get ourselves Team Yell Towel to heal more. We have really anything we want. They won't be one-hit KOing us, which is very nice. So we can maybe also grab another Team Yell Towel to heal. One reason why we're grabbing Team Yell Towel, the Hyper Potion is essentially a once per turn type of card. The same with Suspicious Food Tin. It's an item, so you can do it multiple times per turn if you really want to. But you can only attach once per turn and they remove one turn's worth of energy attachment. So they're really a once per turn type of card, versus the Team Yell Towel and the Lucky Ice Pop can be used over and over if you want to, all on the same turn. You see them grabbing a Cape of Toughness, which is honestly just really good for us. That means they're gonna continue not dealing a ton of pressure, or I guess the pressure that they'd be applying in this form would be Air Balloon. Of course, this guy is going to be the main attacker, so we're not going to be looking to gust it up. But we'll be, I suppose this puts them out of one-shot range, but we'll realistically need to max rush for 100 into them first anyways. But just something to note. See, they're down a few resources. We see a Marnia from them as well, which is unfortunate. We have obviously a very powerful hand, as I was saying. However, I expect we'll be okay. Let's see, 4 new cards off this Marnia and then a 5th one with our top deck. And we really aren't looking for that much. These cards aren't particularly good, if I'm being honest. See the Fleet-Footed by them, so they're probably looking to establish that Chilling Reign, telling them to deal more damage. However, they won't be one-shotting us no matter what happens. See the Blizzard Rondo, dealing only 100 damage, so we're not under much pressure here. We just see a coding metal, so that's completely fine. We could probably play this escape rope here to disrupt them a bit, and then likely just attach the active. We see them thinking about the decision, sending up that Ice Rider Calyrex, which can do 250. Team Yell Howl, though, will heal us out of range unless, let's see, so 280. So we essentially have 300 damage. They can do 250. They will need, and then they can do 20 more with the Inteleon ping. That'll only get them to 270, so they'll be like 30 short. So I feel completely fine playing this coding metal. But I also think we can bench this Metagross V. We won't be using Marnie, but Kabu, I suppose, but we should be okay overall. Gonna find ourselves, we have a VMAX in hand, so maybe a boss's orders and a Spiral Energy. Those seem completely fine. Looking just to stall a turn here. Just set stuff up. They could mark us again as well, but that would probably be okay. So getting these cards here seems perfectly fine. We first want those energies to attach every turn to allow us to heal as much as we can with Hyper Potion and Suspicious Food Tin. And then keep in mind those cards were on the bottom of our deck, so we weren't going to draw into them last turn. But this turn we can hopefully draw into them. You see they're down one Marnie. I'm not exactly sure how many they play. Just a few. You see them grabbing the Evolution Incense for probably that Shilling Inteleon or the Sword Shield Inteleon. Getting themselves in a better board state, but hopefully we'll be okay here. You can just boss sword something up. Maybe that Crobat V to start applying suppression on the resources. Honestly, though, they'll be looking for a switch or an airballoon. They don't have any water energy in the discard, so they can't attack with Shadow Rider this turn. And we just see our research. They are down some more resources, nothing crucial though. Just down one energy, which can impact the game, but it shouldn't be the end of the world either for them. We just see the attachment by them though, which is super good. Oh, and the top deck, Suspicious Food Tin. Another very powerful card, allowing us to heal off all of the damage. So we will just play the Suspicious Food Tin there, attach a Spiral Energy, and see them down 0 Water Still, and just 1 Melody. I feel like we don't need to boss's orders, but boss's orders on the Suicune doesn't feel bad either. Just apply a tiny bit of pressure on the resources. And just abstraction again. Looking for this Crystal Cave. And probably I feel pretty solid just getting ourselves a Marnie here. We disrupt their hand a little bit. Draw some more cards and see what we get. Crystal Cave obviously just being super nice for the healing. It doesn't remove the path, which admittedly actually helps them more than it helps us, but it just does just a little bit more healing. They play a few paths. Oh, we see the Marnie by them, which is completely fine for us because our hand is nothing special, just a little bit of healing, a little bit of draw, but hopefully we should draw him better than that. Yeah, this hand's pretty solid. We don't have healing yet, but we do have a draw supporter. We see the Chilling Reign Inteleon, which we're completely fine with. And we just see attachment for the active. Another hint, they're not attacking us this turn again, which is quite nice. So Chilling Reign Inteleon just pinging us a little bit, but it's not a particularly huge deal. They, let's see. So they should be able to one-shot us, though it is possible. I'll attach a Spiral Energy to this bench guy right here. Our active's going to go down at some point, unfortunately. So we'll just we could try to heal more, but it's not a particularly big deal. We don't have much damage on that active. So from here, we can probably Team Yell Towel, just dealing a little bit. We don't want to play down that Metagross, obviously, because we're not looking just to give up 3 prizes. And we're also not planning on playing that full face card in case they have a copy of Cabin full scrapper, which they probably do, moving the full face here completely. You can get a Crystal Cave though, and a copy of Suspicious Fusion to heal us some more damage. And then we have the cookie here. We have 5 draws of course, as well as the 2 boss tunes. Solid change hitting something. Or I feel like we could, instead of the Crystal Cave, maybe grab ourselves an energy attachment and maybe the Strapish energy. One Metagross VMAX going down isn't a particularly big deal because we, of course, can just bring up that second one. You could bench the Metagross V at some point to bait them into KOing it, but if they know what they're doing, they're just gonna not KO it because it's not really doing anything for us at the moment. We see them attached to the Suicune. We could, ideally for me, see the retreat into the Ice Rider and then a Melanie, just them burning some of their resources, but probably not because I Team Yell Howled, so they won't be in the KO. However, we will just select the CS Suicune V for 120 damage, I believe. 140 if the Tool Scrapper. Yes, you just see the Blizzard Rhino, which is completely fine. This is why it's completely okay at taking these small amounts of healing. Right, and we see a Marnie, which is quite nice. Maybe using to play boss's orders at the moment. You can just Suspicious Fusion our active Pokemon though. Let's take this Rapid Strike Energy on our bench. We could play the full face card. That I'll hold off for a few turns. Just Marnie here. And we can just see what we draw into. These cards are perfectly fine. They could theoretically chaos next turn, but it's not a huge deal. And just Staff Protection. When I get ourselves this Crystal Cave, then we can get ourselves the full face card in case they take the KO. Or we could get ourselves a copy of Boss Starters. I don't think that's crucial right at the moment. And we of course have plenty of energy in our hand. I could see ourselves, instead of the full face card, we could get ourselves a Suspicious Fusion to heal off some more. But I feel like Kabu will have a decent chance of hitting some of the other healing cards, so we should be okay. We very well may see a Marnie out of our opponent. They've played, I believe, 2 copies of Marnie down by them, which is fine, but we don't. Keep in mind they are down. Well, they're not necessarily down their resources, but they're all in the field, so they won't be using the Drizzle or Italian engine later. This is why Metagross is so strong. This engine by them can easily stall out, and then they won't be applying any more pressure in terms of, or any more consistent search, which was a sort of pressure. However, we do see a copy of Scoop 'em Net to allow them that search later on, but it shouldn't be a huge deal. They might be taking a KO with the Ice Rider, but they don't, which is nice. We just have 90 HP left. We could try to save ourselves, which I think, I don't mind healing off this guy a little, but I don't think it's super important either. So I'll attach another. Let's see, so Crystal Cave would heal us down to, we'd rather than retreat after retreating to Ice Rider. So we have 120 HP left. Yeah, we can heal off the active just to move this Rapid Strike Energy, which is completely fine, and now they just need to spend some more resources again. Just Zap Traction here. Get ourselves a Hyper Potion again. Maybe this Team Yell Howl as well, just to heal a bit more. As you see, they're not applying that much pressure. They could take a KO with the Ice Rider VMAX, but it's really nice because we don't have to bench a lot. So we can, or in fact, we will never bench a lot. Even maxed out, we can only play 3 bench Pokemon. So they could get the KO. They would be spending a bunch of resources. As I said, they are down, I believe, just 1 Melanie. So they have access to that, and they have more water energy as well. They're down surprisingly not too many resources. They've been playing this pretty well, not like burning anything that they haven't had to. And admittedly, I haven't been applying a ton of pressure on them either. This deck doesn't always apply a ton of pressure. Its main way of doing that is boss swords, and we've only played one of them. But we do see the retreat of the Suicune into the Melanie, so they are removing energy from their deck. and also forcing themselves to remove energy from their Pokemon even more by destroying it with the Max Lance of Ice Rider Suicune. I believe they still need to discard 2, and yes, with that being they can get it, which is completely fine. We're looking for. Honestly, we don't really need to do much the rest of this game. Unless they do something crazy, we'll be fine. So we see the Metagross making its way into the active. We can just start attaching some more energy. We find a Rapid Strike energy right here, which we can attach, and it's completely fine. Good. I'll Cabo here. We have a solid hand, but seeing more cards is always nice. Maybe looking at boss and orders. We don't find the boss, but that's okay. We can just grab ourselves a Zap Traction for maybe a Hyper Potion and that boss. So just want to make sure we don't get KO'd. Honestly, we could do double Hyper Potion. You will likely see a Marnie out of them soon. Still down 2, yeah. They might be only play 2 though. So if you find that fun, we set it. So decap to Kabu, decap the boss to either draw more, to heal more, or distract more. But double Hyper Potion seems very solid here. We won't be sustaining much damage on this. I believe Red High King can do, yep, it does 0 damage to us, so they will be forced to use that Max Lance if they want to do solid damage, or use Blizzard or Rondo on Suicune B. And we see them attach an Air Balloon to the Ice Rider Calyrex. You may see a Max Lance here, though. No, we don't. You see the Blizzard Rondo, which is okay. We can Hyper Potion that, assuming we don't get Marnie. Keep in mind that this deck is obviously very vulnerable to Marnie because they can disrupt like everything we got. You see this massive hand here with a bunch of good cards. Our hand's not insane, honestly. We just have some decent cards. Nothing crazy. We just Hyper Potion here, though. And Rapid Strike Energy with Hyper Potion is a really nice synergy, not forcing you to lose a ton of resources and keeping you in the game. You can just attach this basic energy in case they happen to bring another fit in ways. I'd be shocked if they do, but they might. So you can just Crystal Cave again, layer down, I believe, one copy of past the beat. Yeah, so they might play another. So I can Zap Traction here. I don't feel like we need another Path to the Peak. Sorry, Crystal Cave to counter their Path to the Peak. I'd say a Fossil Orders here. And Suspicious Region should get the job done. Just need to be applying pressure on their resources, force them to switch a bunch. You can probably guess stuff with Crobat V soon, or the Suicune V. Both those are okay. The Suicune having a greater victory cost. We do see the Tool Scrap here, which is unfortunate. It's really helping us a lot in this matchup, but it's not the most powerful thing in the world. I feel like we can guess up Suicune V here, though. You see a Marnie, very unfortunate, replenishing their deck, replenishing ours, messing with our hand as well. We're looking for boss's orders. You're not going to see a Poke here. We could see the boss here, and we do see the boss. You know, boss that Suicune. We can Crystal Cave here, of course, as well. I don't believe they play any more paths. I imagine they probably play it down, but they could. Hopefully, we are able to find some more healing to see a switch into. Is that the Ice Rider? Yes. So the Max Lance, are they going to go all in on this? And they are. So if they find energy or switch out next turn. Oh, but we top deck a Hyper Potion, which is insane. So we play a ton of healing. The other builds of it just play like one copy of Cheryl, which is okay, but not super solid. We still have 190 HP here, though. So we're gonna Boss's Orders up. Let's see, they're down 5 water. They won't be carrying us this weekend. So just attach the active, just up that Suicune. Then Zap Traction here, looking for Cheryl, you do play one copy of that, is prized, unfortunately. However, I feel like our missiles, Rapid Strike Energy, maybe Kabu as well, should be a good amount of healing. Or we can get ourselves this suspicious food tin and Kabu to hopefully heal some more. I'm looking to boss in a few turns. Keep in mind we can go into a Metagross V with Escape Rope to buy ourselves even more turns, which is nice. I feel like we could go. I think we want the Kabu to heal more. We could play a few copies of Shiro on this deck. We play one, and it helps out sometimes, but clearly not when it's prized. So we are hoping that our opponent just frankly doesn't do anything. That's always what we're hoping with whatever deck. You see the down 6 energy, 7, 8, 9. So they're down most of their energy. They probably have one or two left though. And we see a Melanie as well, so they're active. They can win the game this turn. Obviously, Capacious Bucket, which doesn't find him anything unsurprising. And we just see the concede by them. So you saw the power of the deck against Suicune and Ice Rider, which is a very good matchup because we don't need to bench Pokemon, so they do less damage. However, we can see any deck that can't one-shot us is just so bad against us because they're not able to deal with all the healing that we can throw out. They would just tax our resources, and even in a deck like Suicune, which honestly can attack with most of its Pokemon and can just do a bunch of damage quickly, and also has good access to its resources, can just deck out, and we can easily find all of these potion type cards to win the game and just completely heal off all the damage or enough damage every single turn. So as I said, if you enjoy this video, leave a like. If you, any thoughts on the list, comment them down below. If you want to see more of this stack, you can subscribe, and see you in the next video.